Okay, here we go again. Romeo, we're getting sales. We're getting sales. We're getting sales. And now let's scale our sales. Whoop, whoop. Let's push them up. We're getting paper.
We're
Okay.
making it excited, excited.
All right, let me share my screen here so we can get going.
Mhm.
Okay, you see me?
Yes.
Excellent. All right, so real quick, today's results. We're still running consistent with yesterday. Here's today. We're on January 12th. Just yesterday, we created the first campaign and launched, recorded in the last video. And so we're down a little bit, 6% in sales. Okay, we're down a little bit. I see that typically on Sunday mornings. And then as Sunday goes on, today's Sunday, as Sunday goes on, I see things get better as the day goes on. So we'll see. But this is great conversion rates here. I'm at 53.85 conversion rate on my store. That means they love what they're seeing. And remember, the typical conversion rate in the e-commerce space is like 1 to 2%. So we crushed that. And
Mm-hmm.
let's get back onto Facebook. In our ads manager, the last video we talked about, you got to use ads manager to be able to create your ads, run your marketing. Here's our campaign that we did yesterday. Well, actually, the one that I did. I ran it at $9 per ad set. Yesterday in the video, we talked about $5 per ad set. I do 9 because I know what I'm doing. My pixel is mature. But if you're just starting out, $5 is cool. It's fine. $5 per ad set. Yesterday, we talked about creating 30 to 50 different ad sets, which is different audiences, and then 3 to 5 ads in each of those ad sets. So now, I mentioned you want your first campaign. You want that to run for 3 days without touching it. So let's just pretend this is day 3, even though this is the next day. Day 3, what you're going to do, you go up to the top where it says Ads Manager. You're going to click on that. You're going to get your drop-down box, and we're going to scroll right here. We're going to look for audiences. Audiences, okay? So for this video, we're going into audiences. Now, the reason that in our example yesterday, I turned those images, I didn't have a video yet, but I turned those 3 images into a video utilizing Facebook because we need now to create lookalike audiences. So when we were running all those different interest ad sets, we needed our pixel to just grow a little bit. We needed to start understanding who to show our ads to. After you run for 3 days, people begin watching your video. And we're going to create a lookalike audience based upon people that are watching our videos. Make sense?
Yes.
Because obviously, if Facebook is already within those first few days showing people the videos, there's the pixel starting to learn who to show the videos to that are actually going to buy your product. So all I'm going to do, once I'm in audiences, I'm going to go to create audience. Right here, custom audience.
Mm-hmm.
Now, your whole screen will be blank. I just have a lot of audiences because I've been doing this. So now here you'll see use Facebook sources for video.
Mm-hmm.
Choose a content type. Let's say, now the video I created on Facebook is only 6 seconds. So let's say we want people that watched 95% of that 6-second video. Choose the videos. I'm just going to pick the video that we ran yesterday. Oh, check this out. This is cool because my Evil Gnomes page came up. You'll get to see the video that I created for 13. This Gnome 13. I did $107,000 in sales in September with this guy. And it was a video that I put together in about 20 minutes. I want to play that video for you real quick so you can see it. It's right here. This is cool. You'll see I had 108,000 3-second views. Let's watch that. Here we go. There they are, opening the box. Showing the box because it looks so cool. There's 13 outside the box. There he is behind the weed. Look out for 13. And I had Halloween music in the background. So that's my 4th company, Evil Collectibles. I have Evil Collectibles, As Seen Online, Celtic Magic, and Holiday Crave. So you got to see that video that just produced me $107,000 in sales within the month. I'm going to go into Holiday Crave. Here's the video, the 6-second video that we ran yesterday. Okay, I already had 5,481 views within a day. Now, again, you're going to run for 3 days, so you should have more than that. But I'm going to click that video and confirm. So we're using that video we created yesterday. That's who we want to target. Now, I'm going to put in the past 45 days because right now it's January 12th. Valentine's Day is February 14th. So we won't need to this video or anything after February 14th. So that gives us plenty of time. Audience name, we'll go after, we'll just give it a name, Heart V-Day, 95% VV for video view, 45 day. So we just gave a little audience name to it. And I'm going to create audience. So Facebook, it takes about 30 minutes, but we can still continue to work in this. So we just created a lookalike audience of people who watched our video for 95 seconds. Then I want to expand on that video because as you saw, there's only 5,000 people. Well, we need like 1 million people to advertise to so we could scale very quickly and very big. So I'm going to go to expand your audience. Okay, here's the source that I just created. I want to select now, I'm marketing inside the United States. So I'm going to plug that in as the country, United States. Now here is select audience size. I typically will do 3 to 5 audiences. Let's pick 5. So what we're doing, we're creating 5 lookalike audiences that look like the people that already watched 95% of our video. Now you'll notice when I create these lookalikes, so 0 to 1%, that's the people that are the closest looking like our audience. And then to broaden that out and to separate the audience, then it's 1 to 2%, 2 to 3%, 3 to 4%, 4 to 5%. So this gives me all of a sudden 5 different audiences with an estimated reach of over 2 million for each audience. So I just expanded all my viewers that were only 5,000. Now all of a sudden I have like 10 million people that I could reach out to that are all similar to the way my people look.
Wow, that's amazing.
What I mean by that is your Facebook pixels already started to identify certain aspects of your buyers. For instance, your buyer's age, your buyer's gender. How are they buying? Are they buying from a desktop, from a mobile, from an iPad? It's going to pick up all this information. It even picks up things like, okay, are you getting a lot of buyers that use Gmail? So then it'll start showing your ads to people that use Gmail. I mean, it could be so detailed and defined as to what your buyers might look like. And especially the interests, it'll pick up what are they using Facebook for? You know, what type, especially if it's jewelry or whatever the case may be. It's going to identify who to start showing your ad. This is why the pixel is so important. You know, the pixel, a human can't figure this stuff out. We need the robot, the AI. We need our pixel, which is the brain of the operation, to mature and grow. And this is how we make it grow. So now we have this roughly 10 million audience of people that have watched our video already, all look alike. I'm going to hit create lookalike. Again, it says populating. That's going to take about 30 minutes, but we don't have to wait the 30 minutes to build out our campaign, build out our ad sets and our ads. So we could keep moving forward while this populates.
Okay.
But that's how we create our lookalike. I'm going back here off of audience back into my ads manager now. In Ads Manager, just like yesterday when we created a new campaign, we're going to do that right now. We're going to create a new campaign, but instead of picking 30 to 50 different ad sets, now we're just going to pick 3 to 5 ad sets because we're going to run them at a higher price point because now we're starting to identify who our buyers are. And we'll get into that as we go through this tutorial. So right here, the green button plus create, I'm going to create a new campaign. Okay, I got to give the campaign a name. I'm going to call it Heart V-Day since we're doing Valentine's Day, I'm going to call this 95% VV for video view and then LL for lookalikes. So we're doing 95% people who watch 95% of the video views and what they look like. And we'll run that. Now remember, we were only running $5 ad sets. Now we're going to run an entire campaign for much more than that. You could do typically to start anywhere from like $125 to $250 to start scaling. So for our example, let's plug in $125. You just want to see more sales today than what you've been seeing. So we'll do 100, and I say OPT, which is optimized. You'll notice as I scroll down, campaign objective, just like yesterday on the last video, conversions is what we're looking for. We want buyers. Yesterday, we unchecked this box for campaign budget optimization. We're going to leave it on today. When it was unchecked, we were running 30 different ad sets. By leaving this on, now when we create 3 to 5 ad sets, Facebook is going to identify, because this is on, Facebook is going to identify very quickly out of those 3 to 5 ad sets, which one is your home run, which one is going to find the buyers the fastest, and that's who they're going to show the ads to. So our pixel is going to mature even further because it's going to identify, well, which of the ad sets are getting our buyers. Let's push all this $125 ad spend. We're going to change it from 100 to 125. Now we're just telling them this is where we want to spend our money in whatever ad set works best. So you're going to see I'm going to save that to draft, and you're going to notice our campaign is going to show up. Here's our campaign. So going into the ad set section of that campaign, our campaign's already there. Now in the ad set, we'll give it a name, and we'll say we are doing we'll call this 95% video view. And we'll start with the 1%. Remember, we created 5 different audiences, lookalikes. The 1%, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5. So we're going to start with our 1% LL, which is short for lookalike. We're going to target men, so I put an M in there. Maybe we want to do 45 to 65 plus for the age. And this is going to be, actually, I'll also plug in US, meaning we're going to target just the US here. And then finally, we'll put in how many people is our reach. I don't know that yet. Let me move our heads. And I'll put that in a minute. So for this website, of course, we want purchases. We always want conversions and purchases. That's where the money is. Purchase. So I'm going to scroll down. Remember, always set the date. You never want to start in the middle of the day. So I'm going to set my date.
5 o'clock.
Yep. Well, yeah, you could run it 5, 6, you know, early enough. So if we want to do 5 a.m., like you said, so we got January 13th, 5 a.m. There's our time. We're scheduling it to start tomorrow morning. Now, if you remember yesterday, all right, we picked our age. Let's do 45 to 65 plus. We're going to put it on the men only. Now, yesterday, we wanted a bunch of different audiences. So in this section is where we put in Cartier for that type of jewelry, and then we hit the suggestions, and we created a whole bunch of audiences based upon different interests. For today, for scaling, we're no longer picking any interests. We're going up here where it says custom audience, and we're going to click on the custom audience, and we're going to choose the audience that we just created. So we went into the lookalike audiences, and we created Heart V-Day 95% video view. That is right here. This is exactly what we just created. I'm going to click on that. Okay, so now that's who we're targeting. For this ad set, we're going to target them. I'm going to scroll down just like yesterday. Instead of having 7-day clicks, I'll do 1-day clicker view. Same thing I did yesterday. Okay, now you'll notice, look what Facebook's telling me here. If I spend $125, and I run ads to this lookalike campaign, I have a total reach of 2 million people. So I'm going to put that up here in my ad name. So I know I'm reaching out to 2 million people with this ad set. And look what my pixel starts to do. It starts to tell me that I have a potential reach for my 125 hours to reach 8,200 to 24,000 people. But check this out. My pixel's starting to identify, look, based upon your results that you've already received, my pixel is able to tell me, well, based upon that, you might get yourself 11 to 34 purchases.
Wow.
So it's starting to identify, if I'm doing things properly, roughly how many purchases I could get, which allows me an indication to what to expect for the day. So there's not much guesswork here. My pixel's maturing and learning, and it makes it easier for me. As it grows, everything gets easier and easier and easier. Make sense?
Yeah.
Just like as a baby, a baby can't do anything for itself, but as it gets older, it can start to take care of itself and things get easier. No different.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to go, let me just collapse this window real quick so we could see what we've done so far. I'm going to delete this untitled ad. We didn't create any ads yet. And I don't want to edit that ad. I want to show you how easy this is. Okay, so going into the campaigns, here's our campaign that we just created. I click on that. That moves me to the ad set tab that we talked about yesterday. There's the ad set that I created. Okay, now, yesterday we already created the ads. We already know we have some of them working. We're getting sales. So all I'm going to do is go into my campaign from yesterday, click on one of the ad sets, our Cartier. Here's our 4 ads that we already created yesterday. I'm going to highlight them all. Click the box to highlight them all. Up here's the duplicate button. I'm going to hit duplicate. Right here, I want to go into an existing campaign. I want to find my campaign that we just called Heart V-Day, 95% VVLL for video lookalikes, 125 hours optimized. Okay, I want to put that into my ad set that already exists that we just created that has 2 million audience members, and I want to hit duplicate. So instead of me having to retype and redo the ads, I'm just duplicating them right into that ad set.
Nice.
Quick and easy. Now, because I'm so detail oriented, you'll notice here's our campaign that we just created now. Here's our ad set. Boom. Our 4 ads are already in there now. That quick. All I want to do is just edit the name and take out that word copy just because I'm detailed and I don't like seeing the copy there. So I take them out. All right, so now we have our 4 ads all done already. And by the way, just from getting those sales yesterday, I've already identified between the 3 variances in the heart, we have the white crystal, the purple crystal, and the blue crystal. I was already able to identify that the purple crystal is the hottest seller of the 3 variances. So now when the product gets here within the next couple of days, I'll shoot more professional video with that specific pendant with the purple in it, now that I know that that's the hot seller. And what that'll do is help my click-through. My cost per click will go down because I'll have a more professional video, and I'm also putting the right product in front of the audience. So it won't cost me as much to get people to click on my ads. It'll be cheaper, which means more sales, more profitability.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now this is done. We have 1 campaign, 1 ad set with our 4 ads. As I mentioned, we want to have 3 to 5 ad sets. Again, we're just creating more darts to be able to hit the bullseye. I'm not going to do much here. All I'm doing right here this is the ad set. I'm under the ad sets tab. Here's our ad set we just created. I'm just going to hit duplicate. Okay, we want to do 5 total ad sets. I'm choosing 5 this time since we just created 5 audiences. Okay, so I'm duplicating 4 times. I already have 1. I need 4 more. So there's my 4. I hit duplicate. And I just have to swap out 1 thing with each of my ad sets. And I'll show you what they are. This is really simple. Okay, so I'm just going to go into each ad set, edit, Okay, now for this one, instead of having my 1% lookalike, I'm going to get rid of that. And if you haven't guessed it, I'm just going to go into lookalike and choose my 1 to 2%, 95% video view. There it is, 1 to 2%. I have an audience of 1.8. So I'm going to go up, change this instead of 1%. We're doing 1/2%. And we have an audience of 1.8 million. I'm done with that ad set. I could close that out. I got to go into the third one. I'm going to repeat that process. I'm going to scroll down, get rid of the 1% lookalike. And now we need to choose our 2 to 3%. All right, so 2 to 3% didn't populate yet. It says fewer than 1,000. So we're not getting an audience there. So therefore, they might not even push that ad set. No big deal. If not, we have the other ones. But I'll just put that in there, 2 to 3%. And that's telling us we have fewer than 1,000. Or I'll just do it less than 1,000. Okay, now we're going to our fourth ad set. And we're just going to get rid of 1% lookalike. We're going to choose our 3 to 4%. That's fewer than 1,000. Oh, there we go. We got a number, 1.7 million for there. So 3-4%. Our audience is 1.7 million. Let me just go back into that one that said fewer than 1,000 and see if that populated something. It still says fewer than 1,000. Again, no big deal. And go into our fifth and final ad set, edit. Instead of having the 1% lookalike, we're choosing 4 to 5%. There it is. 1.5 million. So I'm changing the audience 4 to 5%. Audience size 1.5 million. Okay, there we go. We have our new campaign for scaling. Yesterday, if we were doing the 30 ads at $5, we would be spending $150 per day. You run that for 3 days. Now you can kind of double up. Instead of running at $150 a day, well, maybe you want to run this at, we said 125. Maybe we'll do 150 just to double up. Instead of spending $150 a day, let's spend $300 per day. So now we're scaling what we're doing. And the idea, the more we spend, the more sales we get. And that way it grows in comparison. We don't go crazy yet. We don't want to spend thousands per day. We don't want thousands of dollars in sales. We just want to gradually, every 3 days, we kind of want to double up. So we started at $150 a day when we had a whole bunch of ad sets. For the next 3 days, we'll keep them running, but we'll also add some lookalike campaigns, just like this one. We'll add 1 or 2. So that way we start to double up our ad spend. So I'm going to switch this to $150 I want to spend over the next 3 days. So now, depending on your budget, you could leave this campaign here. All you have to do, collapse that window. And look, you'll see it's already on. So up here, I just hit review and publish. There it is. I publish it. It's going to take a minute. Here it says publishing 1 of 26. That's pulling all the ads we created, publishing them, the ad sets, and this one campaign. Right now, everything's going live to be scheduled to run for tomorrow at 5 a.m., just like we told the system. So this is scaling. Aside from the video views, and you could choose 50%, 75%, 95% video views. I run all different. For our example here, we did 95% video view. But aside from video view, when you go into your audiences, your pixel begins to mature more and more. you start with the videos for the lookalikes in order to scale. But once you have enough audiences clicking on your ads and going to your site, you can then start to create other custom audiences. You'll notice here, custom audience, right here where it says website, use your source website. Instead of doing video views, you'll notice I want to choose people who actually page view, who actually visited my page. Page view over the last 45 days. I would duplicate that exact process, giving it a name, page views, 45 days, create my audience. Once that audience is created, I'll repeat the process by expanding that audience by choosing 5 lookalike audiences. And that's what it would look like. Just for quick sake, I'll just say this is V-Day page view 45 day. Create audience. Create lookalike audience to expand the audience, just like I did with the video views. There it is. I'm doing nothing different. This is other source. Now this is what we're going to talk about on the next video. The next video, this video is showing you scaling with lookalikes, where instead of spending running a lot of ad sets at $5 each, that was day 1 for the first 3 days. For the second part, which is day 4 through 6, we create these lookalike audiences, so that way our Facebook matures further. It starts to send ads and traffic to people they know, the lookalike audiences who've already watched our video, what they look like, or people who did our page views. The cool part, the next step, the goal here with the lookalike, when you're running it in the beginning, you're running the lookalikes. Your goal, this is so important, your goal is to get 100 sales under your belt. Why 100? Once you hit the 100 mark, your pixel went from being a baby to being an adult. It now knows when you get to 100 sales, your pixel now knows precisely who to start showing your ads to. So what you could do, this is cool. You won't have this option in the beginning. Before you get 100 sales, you won't have the option to pick a value-based source. What a value-based source is, that means your pixel matured enough to understand who to show your ads to. And it doesn't learn enough and understand until you hit the 100 mark.
Wow.
Okay. So here's what's cool. $5 per ad set in the beginning. After 3 days and it matures, we then start to focus on creating lookalike audiences for about $150 per day in ad spend. That's going to create more sales faster to get us to our goal of 100 sales. Once we hit the $100 or the 100 sales, our pixel matures where we could do value-based. We could focus on the people that actually buy. We create lookalike audiences of our buyers. So this is where it gets cool, to where now I would just choose this. My pixel is called earring set pixel. I would just click that pixel. Check this out. So I have 627 buyers in the last 60 days. So those 100 sales you need to get within 60 days. So I have 627, which allows me to pick this box here. It says select an event with value, purchase, recommended. So I can, you don't have that option when you're under 100. Once you get above 100, this shows you now I have the ability to do what I just did. I could focus on the United States, create my 5 audiences like I just did for video views, like I did just when I did for page views, which I didn't actually go through that, but it's just duplicating exactly what we did with video views. Okay, so I'm just duplicating that audience 5 times. So that way now, instead of only having 100 customers, or in my case, I have 627, instead of having that, you'll now have access to about 10 million people that look just like your buyers.
Amazing.
Look how fast this is happening, so fast, but it can't happen until you cross that threshold of 100 buyers. So now when you create your audiences, all these audiences, I'm going to go back and repeat the process where I just created the lookalike audiences for video views and page views. I can now create lookalike audiences of our buyers. This is so exciting. Now, instead of doing $150 per ad set, all of a sudden I could run, check this out, $1,000 ad sets. So now my campaigns then become, instead of just running at 125, I then start running campaigns at $500, $1,000, and $2,000 per day. All I'm doing is taking a campaign, optimizing that campaign with 3 to 5 ad sets like I just showed you. Those 3 to 5 ad sets are simply my lookalikes of my buyers and those ads that I already have. So I'm just duplicating this lookalike process on a bigger scale, 500, 1,000, and 2,000. So I'll run 3 campaigns at those levels, give Facebook a lot of different variations of my buyers to send my ads to. Because I'm doing that, my sales then go from not just $1,000 a day, but up to about $10,000 per day in sales.
Nice.
When you get to that point where you're able to retarget, you're able to show your ads to your buyer lookalike audiences, your sales will then go from roughly $1,000 a day from somewhere between $5,000 and $10,000 per day in sales, because you're able to run yourself a $1,000 campaign comfortably because you know Facebook is showing your ads to people that already bought, right? To people that already bought. So this is how we scale and get to 6 figures per day. I'm sorry, 6 figures per month in sales. And
Nice.
again, I talked about this before. Don't be afraid. You know, as this matures, the more sales you get, the more your pixel understands and grows. So don't be afraid like, oh my God, I'm spending $1,000 a day in ads. You're not, because you're getting sales. You're just recycling that money very quickly to get more sales. And I would do, even if you're just breaking even after paying for the marketing and you're paying for the cost of the product and to ship the product, even if you're breaking even, this is so valuable to continue scaling like this, because now you have customers in your Shopify store that you could retarget over and over and over. You could keep retargeting these customers for free. You could use email. You could use text message. You can use retargeting through Facebook, which I don't want to create a video for retargeting.
With the right products, right?
Say that again?
With the right product, right?
Yeah, so let's say right now we're creating an audience of people that like to buy jewelry, and they're in their 50s and 60s and they like to buy jewelry. We know this. So now the next time we come out with a new piece of jewelry and we have 5,000 customers, all I have to do is send an email out to my 5,000 customers. Listen, we know you bought this beautiful heart pendant. Well, check out this new piece that we just bought. This is available for a limited time, and you could get this piece, you know, at a great discount, 90% off discount. Well, out of those 5,000 customers, maybe you'll get yourself 10% to buy, 20% to buy. Who knows? Going small, let's say 10% of those customers buy, and you have 5,000 customers. That's all free money. You didn't spend any money for the marketing. You didn't have to give Facebook money to market. So now when you're selling a $29 product and you're paying $3 to buy the product, you're spending $2 to ship. So now if you're selling something for $29 and you have a shipping charge of $7, that $7 shipping charge is going to cover the cost of your product and the cost to ship your product. So the $29 that you just charged is a 100% profit for you.
Nice.
So it's all about building up your customer. All the value in this, I'm telling you, all the value in this is building up your customer base. Because when you build up your customer base, you could sell to them over and over for free through email, text, and phone call. You know, we have a call center set up where we actually follow up with our customers, call them, and we validate their address, let them know that, you know, we're shipping to the right address, and then we'll try to upsell you on the phone. Now that we have you on the phone, we'll try to upsell you on some more products through our call center or through email or text message. There's so many different ways to retarget your customers. I don't want to create a video for all these different aspects of retargeting with call centers, with having employees for that, with having employees to do your email marketing, your follow-up, responding to your ads, all the comments that goes into the ads. It could be very overwhelming, especially if you're just a sole proprietor, you're just one person trying to do all this. I don't want to overwhelm you and have to do all that, and I don't want to put together a video. I rather just help you with all of that. We've already put people in place. We have people that creates videos. We have people that takes phone calls for customer service. We have people that actually, when people call in, they'll answer the phone, they'll take the call. I don't do it. We have people that do all this for us. So you being part of the inner circle, if you want those added features, that added support, we could work something out and put that together for you, so you don't have to worry about it. If you don't want to be bothered with the email follow-up, the text message follow-up, the follow-up phone calls, the retargeting in the Facebook ads, they're called media buyers. Media buyers go into our accounts and they run ads for us, so we don't have to do all this. If this is overwhelming for you, you don't want to do it, well, cool. Get with us and let's talk about how we can help you. We could put somebody in place to do the work that you don't want to do. I mean, in order to be successful,
that's great. Yeah.
In order to be successful, Romeo, you want to focus on your passion. What are you good at? What are you passionate about? Do that. If there's something you're not excited about, then don't do it.
Yeah, I know. Pay for someone else to do it.
Yeah, and I'll show you right now. I mean, just now when I created that campaign yesterday, let me log off of this. You'll see that one of my media buyers right here, his name is Rev. He jumped in and he's like, oh, Gary's got something that he's running. Let me see what I could do. And he jumped in there and he got a sale for 26 bucks. So he's doing some of his marketing and testing. And what's cool about Rev is I don't pay him unless he brings me results. He gets he gets 10% of the profits that are created. If he can't create profits for me, he makes no money. So his whole goal is to run ads for me on Facebook. Because remember, I have 4 stores. It's overwhelming for me to try to stay on top of 4 stores with different trends and different products. No, I have Rev and people like Rev to create the ads for me and get a piece of the profit. So that way I can't lose. I can't lose. Same thing with the call center. We have people to do the calls. When people are commenting on your Facebook posts, I don't have time to go. If I'm running 1,000 ads, I don't have time to go into the comment section and respond to these people when they're asking questions. I have somebody do that for me. And you could have somebody do it for you. Instead of learning it all, these videos right now are all about how do I get sales? How do I scale that to get more sales so that I can have support and have people do all the work for me so I can focus on the next trend, the next product, the next thing I want to sell. Because I know you want to build your brand. You want to build your online presence. Yes, you want to build your empire. And to build your empire, you can't be stuck doing these mundane tasks that are necessary in the e-commerce space. This is what's exciting about being in the inner circle. You have a huge support system, centralized location of all these people to do all this work for you. So, and here's the key. If you want to grow your business, they say you have to work on your business, not in your business. When you're working in your business with these details, it's taking time away from you working on your business, because when you're working on your business, that means it's going to grow. Most people, especially entrepreneurs, sole proprietors, they're so busy working in their business. They spend like 95% of their time in their business trying to work out all the details that they fail to grow because they're only spending 5% of their efforts and time on their business. Their time utilization is shit and they can't grow. How can I scale to doing 6 figures in sales per month with multiple stores? I have help. I have people helping me.
You cannot do it by yourself. You got to have the help. I got it. Like I got it even in the retail business. You cannot do stuff by yourself. Like, you know, you have to hire employees.
And that's why we created this community of people that are like-minded. We're all interested in e-commerce because we've already done all this. We've been doing this for 3 years. So we know how to create the store, create the pages. We know how to create the marketing. And then we build out the support. You can't grow a business without the support. We've already put the support in place to where, and now being and being in the inner circle of Accelerate now you have access to other group members. So now you could work with other group members if you want to do that, if that excites you, or you can work with our employees that we already put in place to take care of certain aspects of the business. I mean, look at this. Look at this. So when we get sales with the jewelry, here, let me take it off screen share real quick. So here we have an envelope. It's a nice padded envelope. I pay 60 cents for the envelope, okay? And you'll see there's a label on it, and there's a packing slip inside. So, I'm showing you how to get sales. Well, what do you do when you're getting sales? How do you fulfill them, right? You have to fulfill them. So check this out. I'm going to share my screen again and show you real quick. I was going to create 2 videos, but I think we're covering this all that's needed in one video in this 1 hour. So I want to go into orders. And I'm actually going to do this really quick with someone that ordered in the past. So all these orders had to be fulfilled. Well, guess what, Romeo? I don't want to fill these orders. I have people working in my fulfillment center. They go in and they fill these orders for me.
Nice.
Right? Look,
nice.
Right now I have 842 orders to fulfill. I don't want to fill all these orders. I'll be working all day in my business every day fulfilling orders. I'll never be able to grow. So when you're getting hundreds of orders per day, which equal thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, check this out. Let's say, let's use Kathy because she's in Capital and Boulder. Kathy, what did you order, Kathy? Kathy ordered, okay, so she ordered the pair of earrings and a snowflake pendant. So this tells me what she orders. Watch how easy it is to fulfill, but I don't have time to fill all these orders. I'm just going to go into, again, on the left, it's orders section. I selected someone that needs to be fulfilled. Right here, it says create shipping label. I'm going to create the shipping label. Up here, it says print packing slip. So now you're thinking, well, damn, where do I get packing slips? The slip that has to go into the envelope that shows the inventory of what this customer bought. I hit print packing slip. It's going to load up. I'm going to print this. It's already done. This is already done. Make sure when you're in Shopify, there's a place if you want to upload your logo. So my little Holiday Crave logo shows up in the top. Here's the address. This is my fulfillment center for Holiday Crave, where I have two employees just for myself, for my store, packaging and shipping, fulfilling orders. So they would go in, they'd simply print this packing slip. Now, when you're building a brand, yes, you could focus on having a customized box, customized packaging, making it very pretty to create a better online buying experience for your buyers. The better the experience for them, the more likely they're going to be to come back and buy from you again and again and again. This is just something I'm showing you quickly. So, people can put this together very fast. If they're just creating orders, you don't want to right from the beginning go and create nice packaging and all these different things. I'm just showing you a quick and easy way to be able to start fulfilling your orders. So here is your packing slip. I'll just hit print. Okay, that's going to be printed and done.
Wow.
While that's printing, down here, look, buy shipping label. I need the label. Like I showed you on the front of the envelope, I need the label. I don't want to go figure out like how much does each one cost. Shopify does that for me. How much does it cost to ship? Well, if I want to send USPS first class, it's going to cost me $1.15 to send to this customer. Shopify is already able to identify my fulfillment center is New Jersey. This customer is in California. So I'm going to pay $1.15 to ship my envelope. I put in the weight of the envelope or of the package. Remember when you're creating the products, it's going to calculate the weight of the products. Right here, I told the system the size of my envelopes. So this automatically creates the price. If I wanted to have tracking for this product, I would just select this option for more money and pay $3.09. I know they're not in a rush to get the product, so I don't need shipping. But I just go to Staples and I buy labels. I use Uline, which is U-L-I-N-E, Uline, and I buy my envelopes. I buy envelopes, 500 envelopes for $60. These nice padded envelopes, $60 for 500 of them. And all I have to do now is buy the shipping label. I'm literally, my Shopify store is going to be charged $1.15. I'd simply put my labels into my printer, and right here, print shipping label. Print shipping label. There it is. Nice and beautiful, professional. I save that right to my desktop. Just call it label. So that's saved to my desktop. So now I could simply just go ahead and print that with, I use Avery. You'll see it up here. Avery Design.
So you need to do it once and send it to the people to do it for you?
Well, if you use like my fulfillment center has access to, I don't have to do anything. My fulfillment center has access to my store. You know how you made me an admin on your Shopify store? So now I could go in and see the orders. So if I was working in your fulfillment center, I could just go in, see all the orders, and start fulfilling them myself.
Nice.
It would be a much quicker process because we're shipping thousands per day. I'm showing you if you're just shipping one at a time, you know, I would simply, here's Avery. So I buy my Avery labels, which is a label that's the right size to fit on my package. I go up here, image. This really isn't something that you really have to learn. I'm just showing you a quick way. If I needed to fulfill one order, I go into my desktop and find the label that I saved to my desktop. Here it is. I just want to stretch it out so it's the same size needed. There we go. Boom. All I would do now is print that, stick that right on the front of my envelope, put the order, which was the earrings and the snowflake pendant, put that into my packing slip, slide it into this envelope, ready for the post office, and it's done. Once you, watch this, when I created the shipping label, you'll notice now, here's the order that said unfulfilled. Now when you look at it, look, it says fulfilled. So Kathy, I fulfilled her order. Within a few days, she's going to get her earrings and her snowflake. My order's done. She's going to be happy.
That's great.
Now, if you don't want to work in your business, you're getting hundreds of orders per day, don't worry about it. We have a fulfillment center that will work with you in that area to get these orders filled quickly and timely. As long as we have product in hand, we could ship within 24 hours. So within 24 hours of your customers placing orders, we can have it packaged and shipped and out the door as long as there's product in our warehouse.
Okay, so I just need to get the product to the warehouse. It's like kind of like what Amazon does, like holding the products there.
And this is support, something that we could put together and work for members of our inner circle. We don't do this for people outside our inner circle. This is just, we could work out a deal for people inside our inner circle, depending upon what you want help in. Because again, this is such a big operation, or will be a big operation for you. You need support. Instead of trying to find the people to hire, the people that have the experience, we've done all that work for you. So you just reach out to whoever got you into the inner circle. Since I'm getting you in, you would come to me, but whoever's watching the video, get with the person in the inner circle. They'll put you in touch with the right people to be able to have people in place to handle this work for you. If you could do it yourself, but if you don't want to, the support is there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. One other thing I want to show you real quick before I let you go. I know we're still under an hour, so we're good with our time. In the ads manager here, you'll notice all these different sections. The reach, which is how many people we've reached today with that campaign. The cost per result, how much we spent to get a sale with that campaign, how much we're spending for the day, the amount we've already spent for the day, how many people actually clicked on our ads, what was the cost of that to get them to click, how many people clicked on our ad and made it to our landing page. It takes a few seconds for the page to load. How many people waited for that page to load. Of those people that made it to the page, in this case 39 on this one, 2 people actually bought. ROAS is very important. That's called return on ad spend. And you want to keep that above like 1.25 at all times, One means you're breaking even on your ad spend. You're giving Facebook $1, you're getting $1 back. 1.25 will be more to cover your expense. What this doesn't pick up on mine that you're seeing is the shipping. Oh, we just got a sale. We just made $70.52 of a sale just now talking to you. So $70 in our pocket to add to these numbers. There is a little bit of a delay, so I may have more sales here. Sometimes it takes a few hours for Facebook to update with your recent sales, your recent page views, your recent cost per click. This here is CTR, click-through rate. You want to keep that above a 3. CPM, how much does it cost to get in front of 1,000 people? This is high right now at 30. We like to keep that under $20. The reason we're not getting in front of more people is because people are not sharing this video. They're not commenting in the section. I strictly created that video to get people to buy for these video tutorials. If I want to create people to share these videos or these ads, I need to create a video that tells a story that's engaging. Then people will start tagging other people. They'll start sharing my video ad. That will push my CPMs down, the cost per impression down under $20 where I want to be. Now, someone new is not going to know all these details. There's a lot more than this that I'm showing you right now. This is a very small amount, but the more you learn about these, the easier it is to know where you need improvement. So I know I want my cost per click to be around 50%, 50 cents each. I want my CPMs to be under $20. I know to get there, I need to create a better video, a better engaging video that tells a story. That will bring my CPCs, cost per click, down to around 50 cents and my CPMs under $20, which means more sales and more profitability. I need to work on that. But being new, you won't know these details. We've created software, automated software that calculates no matter how many platforms you're running on, what you're doing. We created software that pulls all this data of all these individual video views, page views, percentage of video views, all the details. We've created software to make this idiot proof, to where it'll calculate everything for you, all these details, and it'll tell you where you need to fix, what you need help in. So you don't have to learn all this yourself. We've created automated software that will show you exactly where you need to improve on, so that way you run a successful campaign each and every time.
Yes.
How cool is that?
That's great. That's amazing.
You don't have to learn all this, Romeo. We've put the tools in place. We put the people in place. We put the tools in place. We've put everything in place to help you take your business from a startup to do 6 figures in sales per month.
So now I can just focusing on my product, on what I like to build. You know what I mean?
Remember,
this is amazing.
Remember, you need to focus 95% of your time on your business so it'll grow, and only 5% in your business. And the only way you can do that is with support. Having the AI software that calculates all of your numbers to know where you need to improve. The people in place. I call it human capital. You need the human capital in place that will help you to be able to take care of the stuff you don't want to do the work in your business so you could focus on growth and create that online brand that you want to do. And that's all that's available in the inner circle. You just have to get with somebody. I'm not creating videos for all that stuff. It's just way too much. These videos were all about teaching you how to create your store so that way you're able to create your pages. So that way, once you have your pages, you can create the marketing to drive buyers and then take that marketing and scale it to 6 figures per month in sales. That's what this video collection is all about.
That's great.
Everything we've been doing together, you and I, was all about learning how to get to 6 figures per month in sales. We've covered that.
Food on the table.
Yeah, buddy. So these videos that we just did covered all that. I'm sure you could see it in details. We just have to kind of go over it more, watch the videos over and over to really grasp it. But
really drill to the brain.
Yeah. And now you're getting the experience to do that and go from a startup company to 6 figures per month in sales. It can happen within a month. Everyone's different, but for me, having the knowledge already in my head, like Evil Collectibles, I launched Evil Collectibles for the month of September only. And that was for the gnomes for Halloween. That's it. It took me 1 week to create the store, the pages, the marketing, 1 week. And in 3 weeks after that, I did $107,000 in sales.
Amazing.
And then I stopped running the store because I'm like, well, it's a Halloween store and it's products for Halloween. I shut it down. Well, now every time Halloween trend comes around, I have everything in place. I just turn it back on. I turn it back on and start over right where I left off the year before. So as you continue to do this, it gets easier and easier. We're here to give you the templates, the assets, the support, the software for the automation with being able to read between the lines and know where you need help in, what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong. All that will be at your fingertips for being part of the Accelerate Now Inner Circle. Because we don't want you to just do this and be done. We want to be there and help you grow. Over the years, we want to be there as one big happy family support system community of people working together, because we just see so much potential in where e-commerce is now and where it's going to go. The upside is so huge with almost no downside.
It's so big. It's so big. It's so big. I see it now. I see what people are talking about, how it's just the beginning.
So many people I just kept going in other Facebook groups and just hearing people give up. So many people gave up because they couldn't get that first sale. They just didn't have the knowledge. They didn't have the knowledge to get the first sale. We're here as creating these how-to videos, all these different resources that not only help you get the first sale, but for you not to quit, not to give up early, to keep going.
I always say to my new employees who never saw a sale before in a retail business, this is the waterline. This is your progress. And you don't know how close you are to the waterline. Sometimes it's the last of the piece of the puzzle there, and boop, the money pour in.
You break through, but then you got to realize, Romeo, once you break through that waterline and you get to the next step, well, guess what? There's another level, and there's another level, and there's another level, and there's another level. There's infinity levels for you to go to. We're always going to be ahead of the learning curve because of where we are right now, where e-commerce is and where we are. We're always going to be ahead of the curve. We're going to be one step ahead of everybody because we're already moving into the next level, the next stage. I'm showing you everything I've showed you is what we've already done. You just have to learn this information so we can help you get to the next level and the next level and the next. So this is something that's going to grow month after month, year after year. We're going to do it together.
I feel like it's a rocket straight to the Mars with Elon Musk.
Fuck Mars. We're going beyond Mars, brother. We're going into the universe. We're going up, 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 up. Because truly,
I'm like holding my chair. I'm feeling like I'm on this rocket.
Romeo, there is no end. There's no ceiling. There's always something more, a new way that you could evolve and grow. But you need support and help to get there. And that's why we're doing all this, to make this grow long term. So I'm so happy you're on board. The people watching this, whoever is watching it, at this point, you're probably on board and excited because you're in the inner circle. You're watching these videos that show you how to get sales and scale. Now we just have to help you evolve your business to go from sole proprietor into an online business that becomes a known brand. Because when you're a known brand, everything is easy. And look at Nike. Look at Grant Cardone with 10X on your hat. Look how easy for him it is to get followers and he's an influencer. And
people trust him already because he's known. People need to know you.
He's a brand. He's a brand, and you know him as a brand. Same with Nike, Pepsi, Coca-Cola. They become known brands, and there's no easier way and time in our life to get there than it is right now, because we have technology like this at our fingertips. Add the knowledge and the understanding in with this technology, you could become from an unknown to unforgettable in a matter of months. You could go from no one knowing who you are to everybody.
What I like on this hat, it's like track to me all those people who wants to be entrepreneur. They come in to me every time at the mall. Entrepreneur, what do you have? What do you have? What do you do? They're like,
Romeo, I came to you. You didn't come to me. I came to you because I saw your 10X hat. You're selling women's products, so you didn't connect with me there. But I'm an entrepreneur. you connected with me with your 10X hat, and I walked up to you, and I'm like, 10X, Grant Cardone, and all of a sudden, we had a conversation. So that just goes to show how important one moment, one person, one experience, one situation can change your life forever. You were not going in this direction, and you would not have went in this direction in this way if I didn't walk up to you, us meet. All of a sudden, the trajectory of your life went into a whole new way. And now you're going to be able to do 6 figures per month in sales in e-commerce space because of that one moment of us meeting changed everything. That's what we're here to do for each other all along this journey within the Accelerate. I'm just creating a community that will allow people to interact in this way and really be transformational. Because remember, you can only sell people an identity or transformation. The products I sell is all about identity, but this, what I'm building right here, is all about transformation. Taking you as an entrepreneur where you are and help you. I don't want to take you. I just want to help you get to where you want to be. And we're going to do that through the Accelerate Now community altogether. How exciting. How cool, bro.
That's amazing. I'm excited. This is what I was looking for. Like the retail business in the last 11 years killing me. I don't know if mall will exist though. I see all those department closing like Sears and everyone. And I'm like a small business, and I'm a prey to to make it for the next year. So it's just like I'm really excited. This is what I was looking for. I was waiting and waiting and waiting, and God sent you, I guess. You know.
Well, hey, you know the saying, Romeo. If you don't, the teacher appears when the student is ready. So Jim Moore is my mentor and teacher. I actually, my biggest fear was a fear of public speaking. I said, I got to overcome this fear. And I flew to Florida and I spoke on stage in front of 1,500 entrepreneurs from 60 different countries. I spoke on stage. I was up there with Frederick Eklund, $1 Million Listing, 50 Cent, John Travolta, Bruce. But I'm up on stage speaking with all these celebrities to all these entrepreneurs. I broke through my fear of public speaking. When I came down from the stage, somebody wanted to meet me and they introduced me to Jim Moore, which is my mentor. He's the creator of Accelerate Now. So Jim, if you ever watch this, hey! so when I was finally ready, when I broke through my fear, I was ready to excel and transform myself and get to the next level. The universe brought me my teacher, which was Jim Moore. I feel as though hopefully you look at me as your mentor and you are finally ready for the teacher to appear. And so I'm going to mentor you just like Jim mentored me and help you get to where you want to be in the e-commerce space.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm beyond look, I'm working. As soon as I'm done here, I'm going working in my retail job and then coming back to the computer and then sleep and repeat until I get to where I want to be.
So this was a great call, Romeo. We spent about an hour on the call, uncovered everything that I wanted to. All these details are in place. Remember, there is a lot more, but we're here for you. I think you have the tools and knowledge. Message me when you have a question, when you need help, when you're stuck somewhere. But I feel I've given you enough information within these videos to be able to, you've already created the store. I've given you the pages. You just have to change out the pages with your own product and your descriptions and company logo and info. Very quick and easy. You have the tools to do that. Now you have the tools to begin building your marketing using Facebook. I've shown you how to do all that. Any questions before I get off this awesome call that we've been on for a whole hour?
No, that's all. It's like all clear. I'm grateful. Thank you.
So good. I want to give a round of applause to Romeo. Every day he showed up punctual on the exact minute of all these Zoom calls. He showed up on time. That's what you got to do. Always show up. Winning half the battle is showing up. Romeo showed up every time exactly when he was supposed to, never a minute late. He got all this knowledge, and now we're going to evolve to the next step along your journey. We're going to do it together because your journey is also my journey. So I'm super appreciative of you being here because I can't evolve and get to the next level and grow without you. This is a two-way street. We're helping each other just in different ways. That's all it is. I'm no better than you. I don't know any more than you. I just know different stuff, and you know different stuff. So together, this is how we're going to evolve and grow. So it was a great, awesome video call, probably my most exciting out of all that we've done because this showed us how to go from just a few sales to 6 figures per month. And you get to see all the back end stuff, all the extra stuff that's going to be needed to really make you a successful business long term.
Amazing. Amazing. Now all the picture after that, it's clear. You know, you remember I asked you should I buy product? Like you have the whole center, he can do it for you. Amazing, amazing.
Yeah, all you got to do, remember, Elon Musk, his wife was asked, what makes Elon so great? What makes him stand out above everybody? She answered it in one word. He asked great questions. So he asked the right people the right questions. So when you're stuck, don't try to figure it out on your own. It takes too long. Just ask when you're stuck. Just ask. Ask the right question. What question do I need answered at this time to get me to the next point and the next point and the next point? So just ask great questions all along the way. I do that with Jim all the time. I get stuck. I don't try to figure it out. Jim, this is what I need. Where do I go? And he tells me. He just knows. Just like, you know, I know a lot of stuff I'm sharing with you now because I've been through it. I've experienced it. So just ask along the way. I think we don't need to do another video call tomorrow. Let's let things settle in, let you get familiar with your Facebook ads. Maybe do a bonus video maybe in about a week to see where you are. I would like for you, this is important. Today's Sunday. I want you to have everything in place to launch by the weekend. So you have yourself 5 days. Is that cool? Is that enough time? Because I'd like for us to get on a bonus video call with your information. Let's see what Romeo did in his video ads. Let's see what you did. Show our audience what you did with the bonus video, and then we'll have a follow-up video, a second bonus video where we show what type of results is Romeo actually receiving from his, what's it called? Forever Love Rose Bear. That's what we're coming to market with for Romeo in the bonus videos coming up. What happens to Romeo? Coming to you next. So good, brother. Thanks for being on the call. I love this one. We went over the hour mark, so I'm happy. And I'll talk to you. I'll send you a Zoom meeting for next Friday so I could review your work and see what you did.
Oh, great. Thank you so much.
All right, Friday it is. Take care, Romeo. Thank you.
Bye-bye.